If Rowan picks his head up, you guys will get a close-up of his face because he's like right here in front of me.
Oh.
The camera's right there.
Well,
Did I
I
lose
think we
all?
might be back.
Oh.
This, you know what?
There's Neo.
Saturday had absolutely no glitches, did it, Rabbit? No, it was a smooth run. Though
Perfectly smooth.
Twitch has had some issues. Though what just happened here, I don't know if it's NVIDIA's little secret patch going, yo, dude, you want to reboot your computer? Or whatever it was, because I actually lost cameras and everything, and then it came back. It was like a refresh almost. But my cameras didn't have to be reset or anything, and you guys are still positioned there. And so I don't know which end the issue is, if it's here or it's there. But let's get back into this. The squatters on the rooftop don't pay heed to Mr. Smith as he finds his way up onto the rooftop. And let's just, type refresh in case. Refresh. There we go. For if those that might not be aware of it. But there we go. We're back. All right. So yeah, you're able to get to the top of the building.
Cool. I just find myself a corner, set myself up, so I can keep an eye on the streets.
Gotcha. So effectively, I'll use the little H button here. Actually, yeah.
I just curl up in my beanbag chair, like I usually do.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, Mr. Smith.
There, that's good, right there.
Right there. Alrighty. Alright, like I was saying, gunfire can be heard every so often going off into the night. There's the sound of rotors and VTOL engines is different kind of vertical type of craft, like helicopters and all that, are flying around the area every so often. Lights are shining on the streets. A lot of noise, that buzzing, and you spinning in a circle.
Apparently.
Spin me right round, baby, right round.
I will put the helmet on.
Put the helmet on? You got
Try
it.
and become innocuous.
You got it.
Pull a few garbage bags up and around, you know.
All right, so other than that, Hal, what about you? You're the last person. Crow has gone to sleep. Everyone's gone to sleep, it would seem. And you notice that Smith has gone. You probably figured he's probably...
Well, I go up to talk to Mr. Smith. Saying, here eventually we might want to find some old rundown building that is vacant that we can set up as a kind of like a headquarters for us, safe house kind of thing. That someplace where we can go to and then maybe get set up to start investigating as to what's going on. Because all this running is really driving me nuts.
Now,
I want to fight back.
Hal and Mr. Smith, both you guys being more the street savvy, realize that you've got two people that as soon as they turn their tap back on are going to be looked for. So the concept of runners exists in every type of game genre, from Cyberpunk to Shadowrun. The idea of going off the grid and having a false identity is what's going to be needed for both Princess and Crow. Now, Crow has got a certain skill set, and it's going to be harder for her to go with a new name because a lot of people know her voice and her face, in a way of speaking.
Get her face redone.
Oh yeah, sure.
Also, you can put on a hoodie.
And then your whole
Yeah,
music
it's
genre
easier.
changes. I'm just saying.
I was thinking, total skin job, voice box changed.
She's not a robot. She's
Oh, that's
genetically
right.
perfect.
I think
Not for a robot.
asking the singer to change her voice box probably.
I don't
You
know.
want to get shot?
Get her a nice implant, then, oh, how you doing? Yeah.
I am a singer.
Yeah,
Just an
there you
eye
go.
on me.
We'll model her after Alice for the apartment building.
Hey!
Yeah, she would object to that.
Because right now you also know that Oop-a-doop, Surtees, alrighty.
Do we know when somebody can do this?
Yes.
Besides the person sitting downstairs.
Yes. Where is it? Yeah.
I don't have that contact. Well, I'm gonna fix her. That's what it is.
Yeah, director, Martin Ashfield is Crow's father, the guy that's been in the news recently. He's got now an actual team searching for his daughter. But he's, by the sound last you've heard, and Crow can tell you, is most likely it's a legit paid contract to find his daughter. What's going on? You know, she's a musician. Your contact, actually, Mr. Smith, being her bodyguard, you've probably gotten, like, when they're reaching out, one of the numbers that's a general number that you're familiar with for Crow has been, like, he's been trying to get a hold of her now to extract her, as there's concern for her safety. That could be genuine.
Mm-hmm.
How much money he spent on her? I'm sure it's genuine.
She's perfect. Just like the rest of society should be.
Right.
Not at all creepy as that at all, huh?
I need a disposable phone.
Also, I do believe, was it you, Renset, that I was talking to about the contact? Or was it Rabbit?
Must not have been. I don't remember that kind of a conversation.
Yes.
About give me a second. I'm trying to get my NPCs up here. Nope. Where is it? Personalities. There it is. Gears. I was talking to one of you guys about Gears.
Oh, okay. That does remind me of something. A scientist.
Yes. Because Gears is a mixture of repair, mechanics, programming, and all that kind of stuff. That was
I remember that conversation.
Yeah. So that is a contact you can pull on. Atlas, you know what your father did to get where you guys are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, yeah.
I'm asleep right now and
Yes.
nobody's asking me.
So yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, the only person you can think of is maybe Atlas is good enough to do that because she's proven herself quite a bit on the computers, or that contact Gears for you, Mr. Smith. Bloodbath. Very few escaped, except for Puma, the shin kicker.
Jack.
Under the cover night, this should be easy if you're not with Puma.
Well, I'll mention to Hal, say, you know, if Atlas can't get them off the grid, maybe Gears can.
Puma, you would generally maybe know a little bit about Gears because he could also work on vehicles and stuff. So, you know, but he's more of an acquaintance that Mr. Smith's probably not pulled into your relationship, like since you've known each other and all that kind of stuff. But you're familiar with the name.
Okay.
Well, he was good enough to get me off the grid.
If we had in my occupation as a gearhead, maybe.
Oh yeah, same. Like Gears is on the forums and all that stuff for drones and all that. But you probably have better skills. But he's more the design and building stuff. If you needed an idea, he also has some odd influences for some of the car designs and stuff like that. He sometimes likes to reference old James Bond films for cars for some reason and stuff like that.
Wasteland cars.
Oh yeah. He could easily just head off west, not too far from this spot, and put together some Mad Max cars. Yeah, exactly. So
Well, there you go. We don't have to do like a skin job, do we? Just get our face mask.
Crow.
Are you going to be able to convince either of us to actually do that?
What, just a face mask?
No, any of it. Change our identities. Go off the grid.
Well, that or these people find you and kill you.
See, how I would phrase that is it's either that or we put you up for sale. Like, I'm certain that information is valuable.
I can't put her up for sale. I'm supposed to protect her.
Oh, okay.
That being said, do you have a burner phone?
Are you asking me? Or...
Well, we're going to say that the morning passes at this point because the other people are asleep. So Hal,
If the night's quiet and nothing happens.
do you try to get some sleep there, Hal?
Oh yeah, Hal would go out and sleep in the vehicle though.
You got it.
That way he's protecting the vehicle in case somebody wanted to rip it off or something. Well,
Yep.
Dude,
All
you
right.
could sleep in that vehicle and still find it on blocks, okay?
Well, there's also a robot that's protecting it too.
These kids are
Alright, so
good.
serious character question.
Sorry?
I know I was fine after blowing off the head of that one guy,
Yeah.
but did I sleep all right afterwards?
Ooh,
I was going to get to sleep going on here. I was going to get to it,
Did
but
somebody take her gun away?
all you have to do is a sanity check, which is the spirit. Wait a second. Spirit. You've got to make a spirit roll. Target number of 4.
I failed.
So you do have nightmares. You get to see the person's face shot off a couple more times in slow-mo, and then you just see bodies burning alive in the wreckage of the vehicle as it spins out of control from earlier. So you wake up, cold sweat and all. Ellie, you don't really have any nightmares because you didn't come into direct contact with shit that will, fuck you up.
Did I see the guy's face or just blow his helmet through his helmet and kill him?
All your brain made up stuff. You know what I mean? It was just a headshot with pieces of shrapnel, but now you're seeing the blood, the bone. You kind of see that, what did you do to me? Well, he didn't say that, but the brain is just intensifying the nastiness of it.
Imagine there was screaming when I woke up then.
You got it. Crow. That's a crow. Where's my... Characters. There we go. Ooh, it's still that back up. Crow's okay. She seems to, she was there to see you do it, so, The Crow is able to keep her head together. Puma! Right? You hear Carl's voice, right? Before the alarms are going off, the entire craft is spinning out of control. Your arm is stuck in a harness, and then the vehicle literally saws itself going, and you see the harness and part of the vehicle with your arm go off in one direction. Arterial blood is spraying. People are screaming, and then you just hear the heavy caliber gun going off, ripping through your friends, and just the screams and the blood, and you kick the dashboard of this truck as you wake up.
You set the alarm off.
No,
Sorry.
no. At this point, a guy
have
lifts
some
his head up from the hood of the
interference.
truck. No, man, I got the alarm cut off already. Sorry.
Oh, good.
Yar, there be Pirate Puma. You licking the top of your head? Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's
This
never
is the
done this.
cutest moment caught right now. Somebody clip this. Puma's getting... The cat's like, oh, keep still, dude. Dude, you're moving too much. I'm trying to... Okay, I'm gonna stick my ass on the back of your head. There you go. Hey, look. It's like... I'm like a Davy Crockett hat, but backwards. I'm just gonna... Oh, that's just an awkward... Hold on a sec, guy. I got this. I'm just gonna clean myself, then I'll be done in a sec here. You got this? Good. I'm just... Your head's a nice butt rest as I clean myself, my friend. Again, people own dogs, cats own people.
This is so true. He's never done this before. So
you know what? It's comfy.
It's like he's not camera shy at all. It's like,
hey, what you doing, man? I'm comfy. Look at him. He's totally resting out on him. Oh my! He's not getting off. He's like, no, I'm comfy.
No, I'm comfy. Except for the tail whipping back and forth occasionally.
Dude. Holy crap! Moon cow jackpot. Nice one, Rabbit. All right. So morning
To make up for Puma's shin kicking.
I think he
you
said
have to
shame
earn
kicking.
some of your experience back. Huh?
Shame. All right. So nothing seems to happen. Mr. Smith, if you stayed on guard for most of that, or even did a mild shutdown or whatever, nothing. It's the next
Was I
day.
supposed to make a spirit roll, or
No, you're
I
fucked
just
in the head. So
automatically-
it's all good.
I think I would just automatically have the nightmares.
Yeah.
I would anyhow.
Yeah, well, recently recurred, especially Carl's voice is in it again. And even in your dream, he started speaking German, but he never spoke German. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like because of the events that you had that triggered it.
So we all wake up to a scream.
Yeah. You literally hear from your father's room.
Dad, it's okay.
Ching, ching,
Dad, it's okay. It's okay.
At that point, you suddenly see the
Good night,
door
man.
kick open. You see Christopher Lloyd sitting there with a shotgun. His hair's all messed up. He's in heart boxers, and he's got the frame of a once athletic man, but now old age flab hanging off of bones. And he's got the shotgun out. And he's got cute little bunny slippers on, you know, the type that have the back heel exposed, you know.
It was just a nightmare, Dad.
You have nightmares, dear? I got drugs for
No,
that.
not me. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Who are these people? Oh, that's right. Those friends of yours.
Yeah. They're okay. Go get some more rest.
By the way, a good question for you. Cracks open the thing. Do you know where the bullets are for this?
Do I? Do I have any inkling?
No.
Okay. I go, did you...
Unless, of course, you hid them from him years ago.
Which
Is it probably a thing?
could be a thing, but I only have a good memory for things I store online.
Couldn't digitize the bullets yet.
No. I go, did you check your sock drawer?
Sock drawer. Good call. He disappears back into the room.
I'll wander back downstairs.
Boop, an alarm's going off. Apparently, there's been an announcement. Ravenlock Industries has announced a contract with the Watchers, and its stock is now shooting through the roof.
Ooh la la. I let everybody know that the Watchers and Raven.
Lock securities. Like, even though the enemy that is going after you is wearing some of their armor and gear, it's not that uncommon. Riot cops, police, corporate police, or whatever, they're securities. They do.
I basically just say like, hey, look, they just made this. Remember that stock information? That was good information. And I go, okay, so like, what are we gonna do? We can't stay here. My dad will go bonkers.
Oh, they're already there, dear. Sorry. I'm sorry. You know I have the kitchen bugged.
You have the whole house bugged, Dad.
I know. Why am I yelling? All right.
While she's talking, I turn on my tap to see the morning news.
Oh, crap.
Does it work in here, though? This is a very important question, because...
If you're in a Faraday cage, why doesn't?
You're getting... You turn on your tap, but you're getting interference and static.
And does it set off any of my equipment?
Yes, you got to notice that, yes. Exactly. Yep, you would. Yeah, you would get it going off. And then you also know one other person...
Who turned on their tap?
At this point, you just hear a fumbling, and then a clicking of the shotgun again. Door kicks open. Who turned on their tap? Comes from her old man. By the way, I found them. They were in my underwear drawer, right by the condoms.
Good to know, Dad.
You have condoms?
Man can dream.
Right next to his jar of Viagra.
And his shotgun shells, apparently.
So is that a shotgun there, or you just have... Oh, no, it's a shotgun.
I look around, like, who turned on their tap? Turn it off right now.
Very guilty after I've turned it off.
It's not safe. Those are like tracking beacons.
Do you have a disposable phone?
I can make
did
phone
turn
calls.
his off while he was.
But I have to check my messages.
They're not important. I'll check your messages for you in a minute.
Right, that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah. See, your character is smart. You know what I mean? So your character is smart, you know. It's like Secret World. If you
Well,
work
just
for
habit.
the
Wakes up in the morning,
guys.
gets her coffee, she looks at the morning news.
Yeah, exactly.
And then posts your current status.
Yeah. Selfie. Waking up selfie. Sorry.
How will people know where I am if I don't tweet? We're being looked for.
Helpful.
I was gonna skip the tweeting part.
I already Instagrammed breakfast. What?
We don't have breakfast. Also, we don't have breakfast.
I have noodles. Remember,
No
we have
breakfast.
we have the Mr. Noodles.
We're not
And the
going to
tea.
bring up the fancy food for breakfast.
At that point, he just pauses, opens the door, holding it perfectly. But breakfast or any meal, Mr. Noodles is the perfect choice.
They should probably have that higher end.
Just like Final Fantasy 15. Let's go for noodles. Are you freaking serious? All right, so I have to admit though that was the best in-game advertising ever. I just gotta say, it even made the noodles look appetizing too.
So I tell him, says I can like make phone calls if that's what you mean. I assume we have a way to make like phone calls from the house that's relatively secure.
We got a satellite uplink. Bounce it off.
Okay, well, a way to do it that is pretty standard that we would use.
Yeah.
The crow's father won't be able to trace back.
How much faith do I have in this setup?
It's pretty good because it's pretty random.
I go, it's incredibly random. It's very unlikely.
It's very good to call out because it's very hard to try and call back in.
Yeah, it's kind of one way.
Good.
We don't get a lot of telemarketers either.
I got a trunk.
That's good too. That can be very good.
I
just need to send a quick message to my employer to let him know that his daughter is safe. And when I believe she is safe to contact him, I will let him know.
Okay. I help Mr. Smith do that with the equipment.
Hacking to cover your tracks, just to be extra safe.
Yeah, extra safe. Nothing wrong with that.
Added to what's on there, effectively an 8 is what you got there, so that's a raise because you got an extra 2 for the setup your dad's got around here. So yeah, you feel pretty secure on that message being sent out. And it's not really going to a highly encrypted spot. The other one's kind of almost a public server, you know what I mean? Like, so where it's heading isn't an issue. Alrighty, and other than that, whose other messages are that? Are you going to be checking your rabbits, princesses, I should say?
Yeah, I'll check princesses, and if Crow wants anything.
Make
Crow,
sure to
Probably
yeah,
check
spam
hers too,
folders.
yeah.
Make sure you check the spam folders.
What do you want in the spam folders?
Maybe a message from my father.
That's been like sent 15,000 times.
Yeah, so I do that. I hacking roll, I assume.
Or
yeah.
you just have your father on permanent ignore.
Did you let the cat out again?
Maybe.
Because I just heard this knock at my door.
Well, the door is open.
He's pretty talented. Cat comes up, knock, knock, knock. No, sorry. Basically jumps up against the door and, hey, how you doing? Yeah, the room's closed. Yeah, you're gonna be stuck in here for a bit.
Yeah, it
The
means
look
he
he's giving me, he's like, what? Open the door for me.
Yeah, he must have gone out on the porch. Then walked around the house.
Yep.
Want back in.
Well, he's standing at the door now, man. You're not on camera. Ha ha ha! And that confuses
might be
everyone that
available
doesn't
to the door.
realize that Princet's my roommate.
Yeah, the door might be on camera. I can't do that.
Oh no, the door's not on camera. You're off.
Hello.
This is where you discover he's really in a giant moo-moo. Alrighty.
No. The moo was for Saturdays.
Okay. Alright, so the mail you get, Princess or Snow. What? Abigail, that's Amelia, not Abigail. Amelia Snow, basically, the bank wants to get a hold of her. Because her accounts have been frozen to basically want to verify if she's alive and well. And that's when the statement is obvious from the bank. It's a legit statement from the bank saying basically all accounts are for. It's not a fraud or anything like that. It's a legit, the bank's saying, hey, all your money's on hold until the situation is cleared. Because they're also trying to get a hold of her, and that's connected to corporate police, that zone, that family sector. They are trying to get a hold of her because of what's going on. So the police of the family put the flag up, the banks put the flag up, so they're trying to make their legit contact of, bombing's gone on, where's her body, is the phase they're at now. Right?
Am I... Okay, yeah,
There's also an odd rapport. It's an automated message that signifies. Give me a second. I need to put the name of the company there. It's an automated message from Dubtech saying that their facilities have been activated and used.
And I think that's suspicious.
It's just an automated result. Her father was supposed to have had an account with them. And if that's the case, activation means her father may actually now be alive.
Okay, so I basically tell her that. I go, so like, legit, the bank is looking for you. Your accounts are on hold because they don't know if you're alive or not. And here, look at this one.
It's basically Dubtech, basically authorization that one of the account holders, it's been activated. Because you are next of kin, you're getting a notification of that too.
Weird question. Can people hack these things?
Yeah.
So is it? Well, I'm asking syntax. So that instead of my father going into his new dummy body, someone else would go into it.
Ooh, probably.
I wouldn't say it's impossible, but like
A lot of security measures are in place to stop that from happening.
Right,
I pretty much
it's gone down in
yeah.
the last 24 hours.
I would say
Inside job?
it's possible, but I couldn't do it.
You
And
couldn't
I'm
do it because
pretty
of the setup
good.
you have here, or you just couldn't do it because you're not that good.
I'm pretty much as awesome as they come.
Ego.
But like I would need to be inside to do it.
So it's not your ability, it's your location.
Yeah, it's you need to be on the inside and I stand out in that crowd. They wear suits.
Ew.
Crow's
it's-
father's is a legit thing. Crow is a little concerned about whether she should be heading back or not. Her father is still abroad, and she's assuming her mother's with them. There's no mention of that, but you know.
I go, do you want me to send him a message?
Also, there's a message that gets back from Mr. Smith saying that whatever fee you've got for the bodyguard, he's going to pay him 25,000 credits to get his daughter safely back to, and he gives an address. It's a private airstrip in the better part of town.
Whatever fee I got from the bodyguard?
No, you identified yourself as the bodyguard, and so whatever fee she's paying you is going to pay you 25,000 on top of just to get her safely out of here.
He's assuming that she paid me.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course.
Apparently your dad thinks you don't want to go home.
Did I just get paid to kidnap her? Hold on.
It's
Actually,
an
I'm getting paid
incentive
to return
bonus.
somebody that I didn't kidnap.
It's an incentive
Humans are
bonus.
so complicated.
Either that he doesn't understand the situation and just solves all problems with money.
Money. Bing, that's it. Just throw money at it.
Yep. Well, worked with this kid.
Yep.
But yeah, no, taking her back to her father, that'll be up to Crow. If she wants to go back to Daddy, I do point out the fact that they will probably try and get hold of you, hunt you down, and find out where Princess is. Well, hang on, which I keep getting confused. Whose father was killed or attacked?
Princess.
You're okay.
Alexander
Okay.
Snow.
Right. He's the one that everybody was going after. It's just guilt by association for Crow. Okay.
But Crow's father is the one that's very good friends with
Yeah.
Miss Snow.
Yeah, and that's why they might be hunting for her.
Yeah.
Just to find the connection, find out where she is. Yeah. Yeah. No. If they don't want to be seen
Would
or
like
found out.
Atlas to send a message to my father's private email account that can't be tracked, that has a return sort of email address that he could send a message to that also can't be tracked, that just says Moonka with a question mark.
Okay. I would like to do that.
What is your obsession with lunar bovines?
I like
Mishlof
that.
said that was our safe word, so
And what was the reply?
we hadn't decided on that one.
I thought we did, and I totally forgot now. We'll have to check the VODs.
I think we did.
I think
No,
we did come up. Blue milk.
Blue
Yeah,
milk.
it was blue milk.
Blue milk. That's it. Moon cow is followed by blue milk. That's what it is.
So yeah, I basically would like to send a distributed email that bounces off everything, and as well as with
your hack is used again to basically cover your tracks and all that stuff. There, Hal. By the way, as this is going on, good enough again. That Hal, there is a tapping at the glass.
Okay.
And you see an individual. The side of his head's all shaved, and he's got a biohazard symbol tattooed on the side of his head. He's got a chain from his nose to his other ear. His hair is a very bright orange and in giant spikes. And he's tapping on the glass with a big pistol.
With a big pistol is what he's using to tap on the glass.
Yeah.
Okay. So as I lean up, I pull my pistol out, pointing directly at him. Move along.
At this point, you just hear him, hey. He glances to the left a little bit, and then looks back at you. Hey, it's all good. Starts moving. Then you hear the back of the truck open up. And at the same time, you hear hydraulics kick in on the robot. Fuck! You just hear, and you hear like the little light machine gun kind of loading up, and there's now movement and people scattering. The lock on the back's been hacked, though.
Okay. I automatically give the robot clear sign to shoot. If there's intruders, take them out.
At this point, target's out of safe range, but it is now noted.
So, this guy at the window, did he take
off?
Oh,
he bolted too with his friend. Yeah. So so there was activity, but the activity's off. The lock was kind of tampered with. Like they literally took the panel off, cut some wires, made it messy, so you're gonna have to actually fix it.
Okay. Well,
and a new tag's been added to it.
I'll do my repair skill and try to fix it.
What was that?
I was gonna say the nice thing about a physical hack is usually then you don't have to worry too much about repairing the software. It's not usually compromised when they go physical.
You just need some wires and yep.
Reconnect the dots.
So I just have to do a repair on this.
So with electric tape, we're good.
Yeah, no prob, Al. Literally, the robot's actual hand, handing you like the duct tape. There you go. It's just helping you just build that. You see another guy come out. He's got a baseball bat. Looks in the van. Turns around, goes back down the street with his baseball bat. It's like, yeah, man. Yeah, new guy on the street. Yeah, don't fuck with him. Oh, damn it. Yeah, I know.
Well, let me guess. If we check all these cars on the streets, none of them have wheels.
Oh, no. Some of these wheels. You see that some of these cars look pretty safe here. They look pretty shitty as well, though. You do notice that at least one of the cars has a low hum on it for some reason. Like electrical voltage or amps or something like that on it, But most of them, this is a truck that's got a big back part to it that might have loot. You know what I mean? They're more interested in what's in the vehicle than taking the vehicle, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I suppose my biker jacket wasn't much of a deterrent to that vehicle.
No, you were in the truck. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah, it's like
some old timer in there, man.
Probably.
All right, message comes back from the father about it's getting close to about lunchtime now because messages have been going back and forth. Crow's not too sure what she wants to do because she's a little confused. And Lady T, if you're in chat, speak up. It's like, if you want to throw your in there, but she's a little confused, doesn't know what direction to head right now for herself. The message comes back from the email to your father. The response is, "Dear, I was so worried about you. Where are you? Daddy's safe. Come home."
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
So, Would you like to go off the grid?
Well, I haven't told anyone yet.
No.
Yeah, no, I just go, look, Dad got back to you.
Not knowing that he was looking for something specific. That sounded like a legit, hey.
Well, I mean, it's a little bit more coherent than what
Our
my...
conversations haven't been that nice since I was found out to be as
When was the last time you backed up his brother? My God, I've got my old dad back. Sorry.
You would just say that the
He rolled
conversations
dice.
weren't that nice since the day that he signed your birth certificate? Oh, he's trying to decide something.
Yes.
You might want to check Discord soon because he's probably typing in there.
No, I don't think he's typing. I think he's actually thinking.
Oh.
Incredibly pensive.
I think- Stock's already up 6 credits, by the way, on top of its base price.
I'm gonna be careful with that stock increase you're looking at, because remember that lady, she could leak that information. Or the minute you want to sell, you leak the information. And then
No, she
crash
had
everyone else.
insider. She can't do anything about it because technically the information she had was insider trading, so she can't really say anything about that. And well, she was too busy watching her car disappear,
That's true, yeah.
and which they've now found about a block away. What?
Yeah. So, how is our passenger doing?
Jacob? He's still asleep. He's just sleeping like a baby right now. He had so much stress, anxiety. He was the last person to go to sleep.
Where's Hal?
Hal's in the... Oh, that's a good question. We know where... The audience knows where Hal is, but Princess doesn't.
No,
Nor
I came down.
DC
I came
Smith.
down and made some messages. Oh, Hal? Yeah, we don't know about Hal.
Yeah.
I know where Hal is.
Hal's protecting the vehicle, our transportation at the moment.
I'm gonna bet that he's at the vehicle, knowing Hal. I'm gonna go down to the vehicle, tap on the window.
Do you have street cameras around
Well,
here?
Hal's probably outside of the vehicle,
Yes.
fixing the lock and
I want to
stuff
make
like
sure
All
nobody's
right. Well, I look at Hal and say, "I want breakfast.
Well, go
There's
get it.
someone who's wanted just walked outside.
I don't have any money."
Okay, hold on 1 second. Atlas, the cameras in this area are really non-functional.
Yeah, no, the only
there's
cameras
no
in this
real-
area that work are probably my dad's.
Yeah.
These are like road sign targets.
Nobody
A lot of bullet
cares.
holes.
Nobody cares if anything happens here.
Well, Princess, if you would have actually taken all those cinnamon rolls and
Also, Daddy's not Daddy anymore. I just want some breakfast.
spoiled brat.
This is the best realistic reaction to a player. If you think about it, we're being adventurers. No, Daddy's not Daddy anymore. I got no more money.
I want my frosted
Then
flakes.
she goes on gibberishly. You might have understood he didn't respond to Moon Cow right, this, that, and the other, and so on.
And you're the only other person that knows the moon cow is the thing, right? But if she did make the comment that, first off, she's talking about Daddy as if he's not dead, so you haven't gotten any intel about that. And then Daddy didn't respond with the moon cow, so you got that much. So okay, something's happened. Steve,
Well, where is there a place to get food around here?
food?
Speaking of that, after arriving in, I'm asking Atlas if she has a plug I can use.
Like a regular power outlet, or
Yeah.
I've got lots of things that I can plug into other things.
I just need a minute.
Yeah, I assume I do.
Okay.
Just be careful though, because like sometimes the wiring's not so great. It's short circuit every once in a while.
You're getting a fuzzy refill. Plugging in. Not the best charge.
The reason why I prefer laptops most of the time, it's because like when the power doesn't quite work, the battery usually kicks in.
So you're kind of charging, if that's your idea. You're kind of charging. It's
It's good enough to run my equipment, so.
Yeah.
How? Frequencies used again. Just quick little snippet in German. Somebody transmitted, and you're at the cusp of the 10-mile range for that communications bubble.
So how it...
Remember the channel that's got you wondering, your old military channel that's being used now? So effectively, somebody's using it, and you're just at the edge of the 10-mile mark. You're getting static, and it was just a brief in and out, and it's gone now. So in other words, that little close, but that means they're moving around or something. You've just gotten that touch. Now, there's a very good chance they have no clue, and you might be able to listen in more, but it's gone now. But it tells you that 10 miles around here somewhere. If they're 10 miles away, that means they're thinking about the edge. Pardon?
Aren't all of our taps off?
Yep. Actually, yeah, Hal's is off too.
Because I turned mine off when we went to sleep, so my tap would be off. Because the only time I'm going to turn it on is when I have to link up to the vehicle.
Yeah, that's true. Oops, so whoopsie.
Just paranoia kicked in.
I was about to say paranoia.
Sorry to poke a hole in that, by the way.
No, that's a good point. And
The moment you thought
Well,
you
because
heard it.
earlier Hal was the only one that still had his on, but that's because he was driving.
yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, so I didn't realize it was turned off. So whoopsie. Yeah, so nothing. Awkward.
Nothing.
Yeah, and so all right. So
Disregard that last statement.
yeah. Well, hey, I'm trying to think what else. Because you haven't said anything to Paranoid Father about German or anything like that, too, right?
No. No, I have a lot of this stuff mulling around in my head. That's why I had Atlas do the, check that I had her do, and now she kind of knows what I went through in my past. But, I'm not letting everybody else, I haven't said anything to anybody else yet because I'm still trying to get a grasp on the situation here.
Also, there's another big news announcement being done. What was it? The President Bonnier of France, Angeli, she is now signing a pact with Germany against the Racial Purity Act. So France is signing up with Germany.
Against it?
Yep.
Germany's against racial purity.
Did you not hear the news conference? I'm just saying.
It just
150 years ago, some guy scarred their country with it.
Yeah.
He's not going to see it happen again. History to repeat itself, blah, blah, blah. Oh my god. Sorry.
Everybody's frozen.
And of course, Vit Rabbit, your character might have an idea why she would be against it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't speak French or want to immigrate to France.
Angelique Bonheur is the first Zeke to become president in France.
Are you telling that for the audiences?
Yeah. And also, it is a
I
known
was
thing.
being sarcastic.
Oh, I gotcha. All right. Sorry, but yeah. But yeah, first
I do
psychic
speak
that got
French
in.
and would
There's a
like
lot of controversy on that one, too.
yeah, like
I just
I suppose.
I'm sorry. The only resistance scene is well, how are you resisting? At least you did. Wait, were you in on the mission?
No.
Alrighty.
All right, so we don't know what. Well, as far as my character's concerned, I have no idea what Crow wants to do at this point. So
Yeah.
I'm just following around. Although I will inquire of Atlas, just if the occasion arises, how good can you make someone disappear?
I would feel comfortable saying that I could.
By the way, as you're talking to Mr. Smith, as you're talking to Mr. Smith, you're about to talk. He's standing, looking at you, looking in the basically he's standing with his back to the kitchen, looking at you in your little living room / bedroom. Beyond him, you see your father's door open, and your father's going.
When you say disappear.
False identity. You make a whole new identity for a person. I'm not talking making them disappear in a rug.
You mean off the grid?
Yes.
Like disconnected?
Complete. New identity. Everything.
And I look over at my dad again.
He can, but he doesn't want to risk it again. But you know.
Well, I look at him. I'm just like.
Okay, it's clear she's making eye contact with somebody
slow.
behind you. You know what I mean?
Look.
Oh, you're liking out.
You have no idea what this archaic thing he did was.
You lagged out on me.
I lagged out? What? Oh no! He did. I gotta make sure I'm in the camera. You have no idea what this archaic thing is he did, because, back when, just after the time when Kinder eggs were banned in the U.S., so were wristwatches. All right, so.
I saw Kinder eggs at the gas station just the other day.
That's because they want you Americans to choke on them.
Yeah, but they're in two halves now.
Yeah, in two
One
halves
half's
now.
all this stuff, and the other one's a toy.
Yeah, it's a weird design.
They're not
now.
even a pop open thing anymore.
Huh.
Yeah, they're really weird.
Or you've got them. Or it's so funny because I'd go to the variety stores, and every so often we get stuff from the States. The variety store guy, he's selling stuff like, "Hey, this is American pop because it's got corn syrup in it. We don't have that up here, right?" And you're like, "Hey, I haven't seen this pop version in Canada." "No, you haven't." "Oh, thank you, Mr. Shop." Now it's like you guys, "Hey, man, we got these Kinder eggs from Canada, man. This is the good shit, man." It's like,
Well, they do that with maple syrup too. So
Old school stuff.
Oh, we still have homemade maple syrup in Wisconsin.
I keep telling you
But
this. Wisconsin's the
part
other
of
Canadian
Canada.
province.
Yeah,
Just saying.
it was one of those annexed provinces.
Exactly. We are going to liberate Wisconsin. Who's with me? All right. We get cheese out of
can't we
it.
just
When it
ask
comes
them,
to
like,
The
maple
ultimate
syrup,
poutine.
I'm definitely with you.
We could get the ultimate poutine, Wisconsin cheese. Poutine.
There'll be a polite rebellion.
Polite rebellion. What
Here's
about
what we're
I think is North Dakota will want to come along too. That's the only problem. I know it.
I mean, we're a friendly place.
Alrighty.
Well, if we could get Idaho for the potatoes.
No,
We
we're
have
going too far.
PEI.
We're in pre-EI. We got potatoes covered, yo.
Always nice to have variety, though.
Why would you have variety when you have perfection?
No.
So yes, father sent you back a message, waiting for a reply back.
I go. What
Oh, I
do
mean-
you want me to say?
All right. Fine. If you want new identities, what's going on? This conversation is really to only Mr. Smith and Atlas and Crow's kind of not wanting to say anything.
I look at
Because
Mr. Smith. I go.
Princess and
He's
Holler outside.
really good. He. And I look at him and I go. I'm off the grid.
Who are you whispering that to?
Mr. Smith.
Okay, because I was about to say, because
Yeah.
father's mouthing back, I know. Sorry, you know what I mean? It's like,
And I'm like pointing to him. I'm like,
So you're pointing to who? Your
my
dad?
dad. I'm off the grid.
I know. That's what your father is doing back to you right now.
I'm thinking there's a communication error going on here.
Could it be a syntax error? Oh, yeah! Oh.
Does happen on occasion.
But you're off.
You have no idea what's going on in your own house, do you, sir?
You're very smart and observant for a regular android.
I'm off the grid, sir. Apparently everyone else in this building is too.
Well, there's a few people that aren't, but they're guests.
So
My employer's daughter is in danger. I need to get her off the grid.
Your employer's daughter. And who is your employer? And which one of those two ladies is his
I
daughter?
refer back to my character sheet, which I forgot to put the information on. What was your last?
Martin Ash.
Amelia.
Oh, Amelia. Oh, yes. The other Amelia.
Yeah,
Oh,
the other-
Amelia! Gee, that's gonna help.
Where's my notes? What? I didn't put the last name for her father. You never gave me her father. All I know is Snow's. I don't have hers.
Martin Ashfield.
Mr. Ashfield. Like,
The Ashfield? From Global Defense Interests?
of the Ashfields?
The entire time you stood there, I'm like,
It's your turn doing the... of Global Defensive Initiative? Watchers! He kind of does like that Jim Carrey spin around, smack his head on the fridge, and kind of spins back to you again. Why? What? The daughter of him? Oh, and she's missing? Was she the one targeted for the attack?
No, that was the other Amelia. That was Mr. Snow's daughter.
Alexander Snow?
So, you understand why I wanted to get them off the grid, right?
At this point, he goes over to the
I kind of like
the
back
triage.
away a little bit from my dad.
goes over to the triage, right? Gets one of the hypo sprays, just kind of.
I back away a little bit from my dad. You can't see it because my ears are hidden, but my ears are kind of down like a sad little puppy.
Oh.
I'm backing away. Like, I'm keeping, I'm arm's distance, just out of reach.
I love having no true concept of human interaction. I'm still learning this thing.
Oh God. He looks. How are these your friends?
No, I work for her father. She's not a friend.
No, Amelia's are my friends.
Oh, he was talking to you. Okay, sorry.
I just work for them. Non-conspicuous doesn't hanging out with the children of them.
I'm trying to just
Them?
live a normal life, Dad.
Oh, here we go.
Don't want to be normal. Wait a minute. Why did I get this sudden reference to Pinocchio popping up?
I don't know. I just had a flashback to second season of Stranger Things. All right. All right.
Why
Okay.
would you want your daughter off the grid?
I'm like, we don't need to go there. And like, I am like just pretty much like immediately I am more exhausted now than I was after our terrible, terrible night. Like it's dread.
I think this is about the appropriate time that now Hal, Princess, they've had their bonding moment. The robot's kind of, I'll watch over this place. I mean, you guys head back into the house at this point.
I thought we were going for breakfast.
Yeah, it's in the house. It's called blocks of tea and
No,
noodles.
no. I have told Puma that I want to go to breakfast.
Oh, I think
Puma, your cat's tail. There you go. I'm hoping that was a cat's tail. I'm like,
Yes,
hey, is
sounds
that a
cat's
black
tail.
hole? Oh dear.
Kitty
Here
stamp
it
of
comes
approval.
again.
And I'm pretty sure Puma's character would have been like, and? Until I went into the crying, sobbing about my father and Moon Cow and Silver Milk
Well,
and this, that, and the other. And
I
How
got some memories in the pack if you want.
there is no proper network to connect to unless this vehicle goes live, which you don't want to do. So in other words, if you want to connect to a map system, figure out where you are, figure out the closest place to get breakfast, you have to go live with this vehicle, which could be registered as stolen by now.
Can you drive it manually?
Oh yeah, you can. I'm just saying you can just fly it normally. But if you want, she's asking. Princess is asking for breakfast. He's got
Oh,
no
you're like
clue
wanting
where
to go to like
breakfast is.
Total Griddle
I'm
or
probably
Denny's
the
or
only
something.
person
So in other words, the
don't
only
know.
person you could go to, Hal, to ask where one could go for breakfast would be back in the house. Ain't that cool? Everyone's going to the house now.
So you're looking like, a Denny's or a Golden
Okay,
Griddle.
Princess, we got the truck
Something in.
re-secured.
If I go to
Our
the States, I
robots
actually want to
set
go to a
Checked it.
Denny's in the States and just to see how bad they rip us off in Canada. I'm just going to say.
Oh, big time. Big time.
Let's
Oh.
go back in the house. Let's find out from Atlas where we can go to get
Yeah.
breakfast.
Used to be really good.
We
Yeah,
need nourishment.
All
I
right.
used to have to go to Denny's and get like massive sausage, bacon, platter, and eggs, and French toast, pancakes just piled up there
Impatient. Anyways,
for a reasonable price.
so at this point, you guys are coming in. As you see, basically, this is probably when the old man's just finished smashing his head against the fridge and injecting himself with some sort of drug. And then you two guys walk in,
Do you need a stim patch, sir?
and he just looks at you, Rabbit. Your father is Alexander Snow.
What the fuck? Seriously? Who did it? Who did it?
You see me just white as a ghost looking at Mr. Smith, like.
It came up in conversation.
I don't think that came up in conversation.
It did. I had to clarify the fact that I was not working for your father, but I was working for Amelia's father.
For some reason, I don't think that.
Confusion of the Amelias brought up the names of the fathers.
How do you ever pass for human?
I shoot people before the question arises. And most people don't ask.
It makes you feel any better. No, you don't need to know that. You don't need to know that.
I'm still working on feelings.
I don't know. You seem to be doing a good job stepping on him. That being said, it's about a mile and a half southeast for a good restaurant that is a slot
Also, aren't
fest.
all your accounts frozen?
But they charge.
That's why I went to Hal.
Oh, right.
Otherwise, I would have asked you and walked there myself.
Fair point.
They don't have ATMs anymore, do they?
Yeah, they
Even if I
do.
had ATMs, I would have to go to a bank to unlock my account just to get the money.
No, we just tear the ATM out of the wall and you have money.
I mean, or
Yeah,
I
ATM.
push a few buttons and the ATM just gives us all its money.
Okay, I usually just tear the ATM out of the wall.
Now, taking a fact, hard currency is more common in this part of the world.
Oh yeah.
Digital currency is all where you left.
Hence the taking the ATM out of the wall.
Sadly, though, for a good 5 city blocks, there probably isn't a properly functioning ATM anymore.
No, we go to our drug dealers. They act as our banks.
Evening, Atlas. You doing a withdrawal or deposit today? All right, no problem. Your account balance is this, and thank you for the stock tip.
I mean,
all right, no,
in all fairness, they're probably more trustworthy than most of the banks.
No, they know their clientele at least.
At that point, this is where a bit of German suddenly comes up on the father's little ham radio thing. Nothing in this area. Repeat. It's 12 cleared. And that's for anyone that speaks German.
Mm-hmm.
I need to do a smart
And you,
Yeah.
Puma, you just heard Carl's voice.
Okay.
And at that point, that's odd. Most of the gangs around here don't speak anything more than street slang. That's all your father says, because he's got all the little frequencies being done. And most of the gangs or whatever, he's picking them up so he knows their movements.
Okay. I would also have to say that at this point, with the reaction Hal would have to that voice that's on the radio, that Atlas would notice something going
just
on
paled.
with Hal.
You know what I mean?
He had her look up this stuff for him. So,
Though, ironically, Carl had no mention of German language or anything on his dossier that you saw.
It can
Yay!
be learned.
Uh-oh, Puma and Elegant Syntax seem to be working together now. Dun, 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 to get the missions done.
What the heck?
Oh my god, you had to send a message by killing an android with a car.
Hey. It's not very
People
nice.
skills needed.
sorry, Mr. Smith.
Message sent.
Right.
Hey, Puma's driving the car. You know that. All right.
So, Hal is actually going to, at this point, go over to Mr. Smith and take the time to. He's going to say, Princess, you talk to Atlas, find out where we can go to eat. I need to talk to Mr. Smith about some stuff. And he's going to go and he's going to.
Hold up a second.
What?
The Germans have done something with France. Is it possible?
They signed an accord with each other.
Right. Is it possible that these German people aren't actually trying to kill us?
That would make your guilt nightmares even worse!
I don't know.
I'm still panicking over my dad knowing who my friends are.
There was that German guard at the estate you didn't recognize that was there for some reason. Ironically, you shot first,
He didn't respond to Moon Cow.
and you shot him in the head.
That's right.
And then the only adverse thing you had was the cowboy with the trench coat in the vehicle that actively shot at you.
Yeah, but he was speaking German.
No, he wasn't. Well, he was. And then the group showed up in a VTOL, and before they could get anything out, they were all mind fucked and all went to a burning death.
Actually, I don't know they went to a burning death.
Oh, you heard. No, sorry.
Oh, okay. So it was like that. All right.
Yeah. So if they are the good guys, major, we're talking snappy of the brainy kind of moment's going to be had. And
Right.
this is the DM. You have no idea if they're the good guys or the bad guys.
I forgot that I have this team link tap with Mr. Smith.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to relay everything through that team link tap to him.
About what happened and the company?
Yep. And the recognition of Carl's voice, but
Because you knew that before.
Not recalling Carl ever speaking German before.
Well, that Team Link tab work if our tabs are off.
I think that's just a link straight between you and me.
No, no, that you would have to have your taps on for that. Yeah. Sadly, that's how important the taps are. It's like your phone in a way. It's an app on your phone that goes directly to the person.
Mind you, I'm off grid, so.
You're off grid, then how are you doing the Team Link tab in the first place?
No, I mean, like, I'm actually, my personality and ID and everything else is completely
He's
off.
got a tap.
Then I would
He's got a
actually
tap,
go
but
up to Mr. Smith because we're trying to keep the taps off. I'd go up to him and tell him, explain, I recognize this guy's voice, but I don't recall him ever speaking German before, and tell him why who he is and why I'm recognizing it. So that
Are you
Mr.
certain
Smith
it's his
can
voice?
process the information.
Are you certain it's his voice, or are you just assuming it's his voice because it is close to his and on the same channel as you used to use?
I am pretty positive it is him. 95%.
And when did you talk to him last?
Last time I talked to him would have been right before the accident.
This was how long ago?
How long ago? Let's see, Ben.
Long enough to learn German? Or
Oh yeah, because I've been driving
German chip
for.
put in?
I've been driving for no residents for a while, so yeah.
Okay. So it's conceivably he learned German or just had a
Oh yeah,
German
he
chip
could
put
have learned German in that time frame.
So while they're doing that, I'm finding out where we can go to breakfast and having Syntax send a special email to someone. It appears very strange. The message I'm having you send is very strange.
So when you come up to me and ask me where, I look at you, Ghost White. He's gonna be so mad. My dad.
That'll be all right.
Really doesn't like your dad.
No one really likes my dad.
No, like, all of this because of your dad. And I'm like kind of just waving my hand.
Oh yeah, I know all about all of this because of my dad.
Two completely different tracks.
I know! It's two different thought processes. This is beautiful.
And I'm just packing. I'm like,
Hal, actually, repair roll. That would probably be the best skill that you've got. Give me a second. I'm just checking. Yeah, repair would work.
So were you my friend because you wanted to rebel against your father?
no, I didn't know who your dad was when we were playing.
That's a shortwave radio that's only going to pick up 5 miles. You know the cone of the area that they used is 10 miles, so that means if...
Also, might take into account how shitty it is to get signals in and out of this house.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, this is connected to an external wire that he's got outside. So, effectively, Puma, you just realized the type of radio is a CB shortwave, only 5 miles at best. So, if he's heard that German, that means they're already with you. Do you know what I mean? You've now got a better range. That means they are in the slums. But yeah,
I relay that information to Mr. Smith.
yeah.
Now you had your arm. You had your physical upgrades done
That is
after
unfortunate.
this incident when you last spoke to this person.
Yeah.
Am I aware that he was part of the team? Or not?
Well, you would be now.
And their bodies were never...
I just
Yeah.
basically gave
give
you
him,
all my background.
4 bodies
Okay,
were unaccounted for, unreleased.
So
The other,
he was a member of the team.
yeah.
None of the team bodies were ever released.
No, some of them were.
somewhere, but a bunch weren't.
Yeah.
He was
The
one
ones
of
that
was
were
not.
released were cremated
Okay, but he was one of the ones that was not.
because they were unable to be open casket.
Which is common, but it's fairly common. Is there any possibility that the same people who did what they did to you may have done the same to the other people and just falsified their deaths?
It is possible.
So it is possible this is your friend that you're hearing.
At that point, you remember the heavy caliber bullets ripping through his rib cage and exploding all over you in a mist of thick blood.
Yeah, brain's intact, you're fine.
I was about to say, it's like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, if
If
it
he
is him,
interrupts this, I'll just go, if
Yeah.
your brain's intact, you're fine.
yep.
Like,
It
full
wasn't a
point,
headshot. Now, some of the bodies that were released for ashes, that's upper torsos ripped asunder in the gunfire and heads. Yeah, basically anything that had a headshot was released as ashes. Anything that may have still had a surviving head, if you want to start looking at that Mr. Smith angle of your conversation, we're matching all 4 people that.
They could be cyborged.
Which is not cool because that means they'd have to be full conversions if that was the case.
Well, depending on how much is left, yeah. You know, like if they can salvage part of the lungs or part of the torso, that's fine too.
Oh yeah.
This is a possibility. If they were indebted in any way to the organization for which you were working, it is a normal
But
thing
the
for them to do.
organization
Well,
went.
we were all indebted to him. I mean, we signed contracts with them for,
Yeah.
you know.
But his
Like
corporation was effectively shut down and liquidated into 4 different companies.
That's fine.
Meaning,
The purchasing companies could pick up
Correct.
contracts.
Okay.
Contracts could be picked up, and technically, until you're out of the contract, you are property. At which point they can do what they want to the body. You sign that when you sign them to the military. Most military contracts, at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which, of course, you're aware of because you signed one.
Mhm.
So this is a possibility. It could be him. Why he would sound the same if he was Borged, that's unknown. Normally they would just have a voice box. If it was not a headshot, then the voice larynx could be intact. So he could retain his own voice. And of course, this is all done with absolutely no feeling whatsoever.
so this is just a voiced conversation, just not on the tap, right? You were just, the two are
Yep.
talking.
We're just conversation while they're trying to decide.
Okay.
So
If you're concerned, you could try
Princess
and
comes
contact
to a
them.
conclusion,
Up the frequencies.
grabs Atlas by the arms, sits her down carefully on the couch. And what are you?
A hacker.
Nope. No. Okay.
At this point, you hear the slamming of a door in the kitchen. Your father is getting out the Mr. Noodles. It's gotten to the point he's pulling out the Mr. Noodles now.
Wait a minute. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That's not a good thing.
The noodles were only good for guests.
I just look at him. I'm like, I can't. What? Like, flustered to the max. And I'm like panicking. I'm like watching my dad as he's grabbing the noodles. And I'm like, I'm looking at everybody like, I don't know if we're like, I just, what?
Where's the robot?
The German
That's what I'm
just
like,
comes up
what
over
do
the
you
speaker
mean?
again.
My dad
Possible contact.
livid.
Gang member. This is in German, right? Possible contact. Gang member identifies our robot in some sort of vehicle. Have location.
Where's our robot?
The robot's out in the van with a moving vehicle. So I think they found us.
Maybe not yet. We could move the robot.
At that point, Atlas's father just pauses, breaks the fourth wall. I think right now would be a very good time to have a 15-minute break. And that being said, we're going to listen to her father.
We could move the robot into the green truck.
Well, I was just thinking that same thing.
Just tell it to run into the
But
green
yeah,
truck.
it is.
Some poor guy's living in the back of the green truck. The robot runs into it.
And I assume my
Everyone wants a break, of course. Everyone's on edge right now. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's a pretty tense chat going on between Syntax and Princess, so I'd like to hear the end of that one.
Yes. She's trying to do anything to avoid this conversation, actually. Perception roll, Princess.
You notice?
Notice, that's it. So many game systems now. Notice roll. Nope, nothing. It's too subtle to notice the quivering under her hair.
She wears a hoodie too, doesn't she?
Yeah, but it might be down now. But I have
the hoodie
very
might be
thin-
down. She's in the house, right? So the hoodie's down.
Oh, it's the morning too, so yeah.
Yeah. But like, think like Merida from like Brave.
Oof, hair. Big kind of fuzzy red hair.
Sort of hair. Just lots of poofy.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to pause here at 25 after. We'll be back at 8. Do you guys need a full, or you want like 10 minutes instead? Or what would you
10
need?
minutes is fine with me.
Yep, 10 minutes.
is good.
So it'll be
8:34.
8:30. Well, or 8:35. We'll say 8:35. We are going to be back, guys. I'm just going to mute myself and.